All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We are joined by head women's soccer coach Nikki Izzo-Brown this afternoon. We'll begin, as usual, with a quick opening statement from Coach about our final match of the regular season against Oklahoma State on Thursday, and then we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we're looking forward to finishing up Dick DeLesk for our seniors, and obviously there's a lot at stake Thursday night in seeding and everything else as we're getting closer to the postseason. So we're super excited about that.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions, and we'll begin with Nick Farrell.
Coach, good to see you as always. With all the rotating that you've had to do with your lineup this year due to injuries or things of that nature, how challenging has it been to sustain some consistent offense with this team?
Yeah, it's been a huge challenge professionally as a coach with, losing our three starters to COVID when our team is 100% vaccinated. And, you think you're doing everything right when it comes to that. And, that's something new for me, right? You deal with injuries and that's always part of what you do as a coach. And, we lost three starters to injury, and now, losing six people, let alone, Maddie Murphy, our backup goalkeeper, it's been very challenging. And with challenges and adversity, a lot of character came up, and I was really proud of this team and how we stepped forward through every challenge this journey so far. And, I just spoke to the team about that, like the will and effort over the course of this last journey of COVID, has been really incredible, the effort and the willingness to compete. So in a nutshell, it's been very complicated, but for us to be able to get the results, and yes, finishing has been something that we've obviously struggled with over the course of 2 weeks. But we've gotten some big results.
Coach, if I may, with just a quick follow-up on that, the term unprecedented gets thrown around probably way too much these days, but can you remember a season when you've had this many challenges, this many players inactive due to any number of reasons?
I really don't. I mean, you always, as a coach, you always like, oh, we're going to, you always say, hey, this is what we're predicting if we're healthy, right? And you think about soft tissue injuries and then, the big ones, right? But, then you kind of think after last year and all of us being vaccinated and 100%, which was fantastic, that the COVID element would be out of the picture because last year we dealt with it a little bit, but not at this critical time in our season. So, no. Again, I'm so long-winded and I don't even have a voice. Why am I being so long-winded? I can't remember a time where this has ever happened. And I do refer back, Nick, to when I'd lose kids to World Cups and, national team stuff. And, but I knew I'd always get them back. This was tough on the kids,
All right, our next question will come from Wesley Shoemaker.
So, Coach, you spoke of your team not really being able to find that offensive identity in the last few weeks due to not having your full squad. So how big was it for Kaiser to have such a big weekend in that, having a career high 7 saves in both games? And what has she shown on how has she been able to step up as a leader of this team?
Yeah, Kaiser has been phenomenal. I think in the last 3 games, Kaiser, has really stepped up and done her job. And as a goalkeeper, you make the saves you're supposed to make and then make that one that keeps you in the game. And I think in the last, 3 games, she's made that one save to keep us in the game. So I think as a junior, she's realized how important her focus, her effort, and her willingness to do her job entails. And that's the thing, Kays has got to keep that little white ball out of the back of the net, and she's done that for us.
All right, Nick Farrell, go ahead.
So, Coach, a remarkable amount of young players, or I'd imagine women that you just didn't expect to have to be relying on at this juncture in the season. Who has impressed you that you've had to throw into the lineup?
I mean, Annika has been incredible. She goes from minimal minutes to 110. She's been just remarkable. Lisa Schopel, another freshman, same thing, has gotten minimal minutes and then all of a sudden has been thrown in that role. And, and then you look at, you can't not look at Abby Rodriguez to really see what she's done and how she stepped into that role when we didn't have Lauren. So it's been, pretty inspiring to see these young women just give everything they got, and have no regrets.
Wesley, you're up next.
So, Coach, obviously, as you went through conference play, this team kind of didn't get all the winning results that you wanted and they wanted. Has it been a struggle to try and keep them focused and keep them on track as they're dealing with all of this other stuff with COVID, with lineup changes, or have you seen them kind of step up and take their game to another level to try and make up for their missing pieces?
I think a little bit of both. I think that there's moments where we knew it was kind of like that woman down, soldier down, we step up mentality, so that's something that they embraced and they went after that mental piece. I think then sometimes it's frustrating for them because, the experience that we were lacking in those games might have cost us some results, but I think at the end of the day, those kids rose up and, have really showed true character. All the team, the whole team. Yeah.
Nick Farrell, go ahead.
Coach, you touched on this a little bit ago, but this match against Oklahoma State here is incredibly important for your seeding. I mean, how are you approaching that with your team? I imagine they understand what's on the line here.
Yeah, it's every game. It's been interesting because they approach it no regrets. We're going to compete and we know what's at stake. So many of them have come here to continue our tradition of success, and that's absolutely what they want to do. And I talk a lot about controlling your effort, and I don't think there's been a game where I've had to question anyone's effort when they step on the field, and that's one thing you can control, and we just have to have that laser focus now when it comes to finishing and getting our shot up.
All right, any other questions for Coach? All right, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up for today.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate
Thank you,
you guys. Thank you.